Good morning. It is the 7th of February and I thought I would create a video instead of a recorded episode on my dictaphone for this podcast, just to see what it feels like to kind of chat to the camera instead of to the dictaphone, although it's going to be harder to do with children around and probably more chaotic than I can probably do. But at the moment there obviously is no children around. Let me just see if I can... Oh, I can't actually spin my screen. Hang on. No, I can just take photos. I can't spin my screen whilst on video. So it's around, what time is it in the morning? It's 7:51. Both girls are asleep, thank goodness. So Ariel is on my phone camera, and let me have a look. This is where Heidi is. So she's in bed, which is very nice. I've just had a crumpet and some tea and my little vitamin, and I'm watching the Sam and Billy show on telly, which is obviously inspiring because I now watch it on YouTube just for more reality TV kind of nutrients or nourishment. So I really enjoy doing that on my downtime when the girls were in bed still. Yeah, so it's quite nice. So we are in, well, I'd say day 3 of potty training. Yesterday was the first full day and I just was at home all day with the girls, and I said to Heidi, you're too big for nappies, which she is. It feels really strange now, and she knows when she needs to go to the loo, or she knows when she's going to the loo. She knows when she wants to change. Her only kind of like, the only resistance is like her stubbornness to actually sit on the potty. I think she is a little bit scared of it or a little bit thrown by it, which is fair enough. But I don't think we're gonna change that by waiting. I think we just need to like give her a little push in the right direction. So yesterday we had she wore pants all day, which was amazing. So I thought that children kind of just weed and made massive puddles and didn't have any control over it. So I've been really like antsy up until this point. Like if she sat on the sofa naked or sat on the sofa with pants on, I've kind of like made sure she hasn't been, so that she doesn't wee on the sofa. But it's not like that. Like, because she seems to be a bit more attentive, if anything, she's like going, oh, like, I've done a bit of a wee. She doesn't say that. She's like, oh, wee. And then we sort of walk gently over to the potty now and sit down, and she doesn't then go. She's like, she's held it and then it's gone. She can't then push it out anymore. So she's actually paranoid about wetting, I think. But we went through 5 pairs of pants yesterday, or 4 pairs of pants. She was in 5 pairs of pants, I think. One of them actually, she didn't poo all day, so I think she was holding that back, even though she wore a nappy for her nap time, which is also being reduced, so that's interesting. But maybe it wasn't long enough for her to have a poo in, I don't know. And she did one big wee, which I think she walked to the potty, so it was quite a big puddle, but then there was no more. And then the rest were all little drips. And then there was one where she couldn't stop the drip and ended up, I put the potty underneath her, so I don't know if that counts. And then she ended up weeing through her pants into the potty, and she was delighted and wanted a sticker for it. But it was me sort of like putting it under her, so it's like she freezes. So I'm hoping that today it'll feel a little bit less scary, and we'll get a bit of progress, because we did work hard yesterday and I think she quite enjoyed it, and we ended the day on a high, which was good. But this morning we're going out to a new playgroup thing, which is at a local care home. So I'm guessing they're using their space to bring in mums and toddlers and babies. It's called Babies and Toddlers. It says that everyone's welcome, refreshments are free. So I'm guessing they've got some funding to run something that will either be intergenerational, so that loud bike outside, so that people will or the old, like elderly people will mix with younger people, because there's supposed to be some health benefit to that, isn't there? Or it will just be a use of their space. Like, yeah, quite cool. So we'll go check that out. So myself, my girls, Roxanne and Mabel and Reggie and Steph and Sienna and Chloe will go. And to be honest, we were due to meet up anyway. It was going to be at my house, because we'd take it in turns, or it would be at Moores Valley, which is the local like outdoorsy kind of nature trail parks. Like, we go there a lot. I've talked about it a lot on my podcast. So, but I think they'd probably walk the trail, whereas Nathan and I tend to walk from Potton Park with Heidi and Ariel in a buggy each and push them. And then when we get there, we then do the restaurant and the play parks. We don't tend to do the trail because it's a long walk, and Heidi hasn't had like the legs for it yet. Whereas I think the girls and their children probably would. But I've then got Ariel in a sling, or I've got Ariel in a pram, and she's so little that I think the difference in ages might make it a little bit more complicated, or I feel like it is anyway. And I'm having a really like introvert week, which is fine. I have so last week was quite busy. I had lots of soft play like things to go to. I saw family. It was quite not hectic, but like fun. Lots of stuff we were doing. They're still asleep. I love it. Whereas this week, I think because I felt really ill on Friday, just with a really bad headache, and the weekend just flew by again, so I was just so tired. And just having a bit more of a quieter week, which has lent itself really well to potty training because it means we're sort of in with not too many plans. But it also feels like some things are too ambitious, like going to Moores Valley or whatever. And I don't know if it's related to periods and things, although I don't have a period at the moment because I'm breastfeeding, so I don't know if that actually counts. Presumably my hormones are still doing things anyway. Or the moon, like, isn't it supposed to be to do with the moon? Like, you feel more powerful in some moments and more going into your cave at other times. So we'll call it my shy week. I probably every other week I have a shy week. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this morning. They'll be quite gentle, hopefully. The girls need to wake up. I'm due to bath them both today, but I might do it tonight. And yeah, this has been in full morning mode, having a bit of a slow start because they're asleep, which is lovely. Yesterday Ariel slept until 9:30. The day before she didn't sleep in at all, I don't think. And Heidi was up. I think it is hard when you're sat here like waiting for one of them both to wake up, because you're like, my time on my own is going to end. I want them to stay asleep or whatever. But actually they both bring different challenges and different benefits. So I've done Heidi's breakfast, I've showered, so I'm ahead of the game. So whatever happens, happens. Like, yes, I'd like to sit on the sofa and rest a little bit more, but at the end of the day, I'm on maternity leave to look after them, aren't I? I'm being paid by the government to look after them, so I need to make sure that I'm kind of not feeling too sorry for myself. Oh, I'm so tired though. But yeah, well, I don't know if that was interesting. That was only 8 minutes long. I'm just seeing what you can see behind me. So I'm midway through cleaning because it's the first weekend of the month we just had, and which means I need to clean all the bathrooms again. So we've got a spot there. So I did one bathroom at the weekend, and that's all we could do because we had a birthday party to go to, a first birthday party. And on the Saturday, I went out for lunch. I think I spoke about that. So yeah, I didn't get much done at all because we went to Castle Point to get Heidi some new t-shirts and clothes and things like that on Saturday afternoon. So didn't do much cleaning. So this weekend I need to do like the rest of the bathrooms, or at least 2 more bathrooms because there's 4, which is ridiculous. But I also on Monday started cleaning the living room again, so I'm going to try and do that every month because it gets so dusty. But I made it as far as the windows and the windowsill, and then I've got to do over there, which is that photo or that picture frame, and then the skirting boards, and then I've done this room, and it just needs a hoover. So yeah, and then who knows what next. It could literally take me a month to get through the house before I've got to start again, and it's not that clean, to be honest. I don't keep on top of it very well because I've got more interesting things to do, like watching telly. Yeah, anyway, and I've just started a new programme called Scam Interceptors, which is a bit like along the lines of the Met policing and the road traffic accident. Although I don't really watch those like road traffic accidents because I don't like gore, and it makes me feel awful because it's real life. But I watched one, Motorway Cops, wasn't it, last year? So it's along that kind of line, but it's really interesting because it intercepts people during their cold calls, or like during their being scammed, and it tries to gain their trust to like prove. So Rab Wilding from the BBC will intercept a call that's happening and then say to the person, "You're on a scam call. You need to hang up, or you need to contact your bank or whatever." And he has to kind of gain their trust over the person that they've already believed who is scamming them. So that's quite good. But I think I've caught up, and they're now weekly, so I don't have any more of those to watch at present. But yeah. So anyways, I'll carry on watching this, and maybe upload this at some point. Otherwise I'll just talk to my camera for 10 minutes. But yeah, and see if there's more interest or any interest. And easier to upload potentially than the dictaphone because it doesn't involve my laptop. But we'll see. Well, it's good to chat anyway. A little diary for me. Why not? Yeah, have a good day. Hump day. Woo. Bye.